video in any case. So looking at TRVL, the native token of Dtravel, I see a lot of good things, and I'm looking at this combined chart. This combined chart uses KuCoin, Gate, IO, MEXC, and Bybit. Okay, so that's why it looks like that. That's why I don't have the launch data here, because on KuCoin it launched 1 month later in December 21, whereas on the other three exchanges, it launched in November. So with a combined chart, it just takes the combined data. Okay, the good thing about combined charts is you see the aggregate volume, the combined volume. And so actually what I'm looking at is the volume. Okay, and I'm looking at the weekly time frame now. So minus this kind of crazy volume here, way back in 22, yeah, just ignore that for a moment. What I'm looking at now is something very interesting. This week is going to be a red week. I don't expect it to be a green week. And you can clearly see that the red volume is more than the previous week's green volume and the previous week's green volume. You see that? And the price has only dropped a measly 7%. That is really bullish. That's a really bullish volume on that red candle. It doesn't, you think it's bearish because it's really strong volume, but it's strong volume and the price hasn't moved basically. So you got a strong downward pressure, really strong, and the price is holding. So despite the bearish nature of that candle, i.e. a red candle, red candles means bears are in control of the price. So you have this dynamic in the market where you have bulls in control and bears are in control. When bulls are in control, they want to close the price higher with every period, with every candle. That's how you know bulls are in control. And when bears are in control, they want to close the price lower with every period, with every candle. And so you have red candles indicate that bears are in control, green candles indicate that the bulls are in control, and then you have to look at the volume to see how much volume is coming in to indicate what that means in the context of the price. Okay, and just looking at the weekly volume, I'm seeing an increase in volume and the price has barely moved down. So for me, that is really bullish. And like looking at the last 3 days, look at that last 3 day cap, look at that crazy volume peak. Like a lot of selling, huh? Like a lot of selling, isn't it? It's 121 million tokens worth of selling. That's like a quarter of the token supply sold and bought in the last 3 days, and the price hasn't moved. Okay, that signifies that for me, that signifies that people are selling because obviously the price has moved a good part of 50-60% to where we are now. It's 40%. So people are like taking their profit, and it also signifies that people are buying. They're buying back in. Okay, so they're selling and they're buying. Whereas in the past, if you get that kind of volume and no one is buying, you get these kind of big drops. Yeah, you get these kind of like, then if no one is buying, the price just drops. Whereas now you can clearly see people are buying. People are buying. This is what that's saying. Cool things. Thank you. Yes, I mean we're growing, huh? We're growing. We're small, we're growing. There are some destinations where you can get accommodation quite easily, like Dubai or Indonesia, like Bali, where we have really nice amounts of listings, populated listings in those destinations. And naturally what we're trying to do, London is not bad too. What we're trying to do is we're trying to increase the size of our real world network. And short of aggressive marketing, which hasn't happened yet for many reasons, right now we're literally on the word of mouth organic growth train. Yeah, so that's why it feels slow, but Dtravel is not going anywhere. And that's what I really want people to understand what I'm saying. Very adamant about the future. Dtravel is not going anywhere. If Dtravel wanted to collapse, it would have done it by now. Yeah, because this drop that we experienced is a game over drop for almost every token any token which experiences this, it's a 90% drop, 93% drop in value in the context of a bull market in the space of 4 months. That's basically the token going to zero, right? And the fact that I'm back, the fact that I'm telling you right now, we have a runway, it's 8 months. The higher the token price, the more extended the runway. We've got investors, we've got venture capitalists, we've got SPACs, we've got so many people right now interested in Dtravel. You don't even understand yeah. People are looking at Dtravel, people are watching my videos, people are talking to the new leadership, because the leadership has changed. Yeah, it hasn't been announced yet, but it's changed, and they're very excited about the future. They're very excited about what Dtravel is going to do. This decentralized real world network, which is basically, we're basically looking to take chunks out of Airbnb, Booking.com and Vrbo, but in a decentralized way, using the blockchain as our source of kind of financial value transaction and transparency and everything else that goes with that. So I'm looking at this, I'm going, look, we're not bankrupt, Dtravel is not going anywhere. And this is like literally the opportunity of a lifetime for most people to come in to buy TRVL at these prices, because right now I'm seeing the volume is really, really bullish volume to have this kind of big sell volume, and then the price has only stopped. Look how much selling there is, and the price has only managed to get there. So yeah, of course, it's a good question. Travala is a centralized Web 2 company which uses their native token, which is AVA, as a rewards token primarily. That's it. They use it for discounts and staking and rewards for purchasing tickets. That's all it is. Yeah. Whereas TRVL, Dtravel is a decentralized network. It's not a centralized network, and TRVL it has aspects of a rewards token, but fundamentally it's going to be the native token for a token economy, built on the Dtravel decentralized network. It's going to be very different. And also Dtravel will be a DAO. It will transition to a DAO, a decentralized autonomous organization, and TRVL holders will be decision makers in the future of Dtravel as a DAO, whereas Travala has no intention of doing that with their native token. Yeah, Travala is a centralized Web 2 company. It's like Expedia. Yeah, it's owned by shareholders or whatever business, and the token itself is a rewards token. That's really the biggest. If now they could transition into a Web 3 in the future, but at the moment it's not. I've never heard of that. And so you have a real massive difference between these two businesses. And also obviously Travala focuses on reselling flights and hotel accommodation, and Dtravel is building its own real world network. Yeah, so Travala doesn't own any of its network, it's kind of resells, but people come onto Dtravel, they're owners, so they're bringing their own properties onto the Dtravel network. They're not there's no reselling involved, they're selling their own. So it's slightly different. Whereas Travala will connect to databases, and then it will resell the flights of other databases, and it will just take their little commission off the top. So it's reselling. Yeah, it's a slightly different but business model. I'm not saying Travala is bad. It's just a different kind of business model. But in the future, I think this is going to be bigger, because the potential for this is Airbnb. And the competitive set, the competitive nature is that, I mean, Travala is competing against a lot of businesses, and the angle it has is its rewards token and paying in crypto. Dtravel is going to be a host-owned real world network, and so the key, as far as I can see, is a token economy, which we haven't built yet. We haven't built that yet. And so kind of that's why I keep on pushing for a token economy built on TRVL. And these are conversations that we will have in the future. the near future, when or how this becomes and transitions into a DAO. And then people like myself, like yourself, you'll be the token holders and you'll be able to influence those decisions. And it's a collective, isn't it? It's a collective making decisions about their own token and their own economy. And in the future, that economy is limitless. It's borderless, it's limitless, and it can just grow and grow and grow. So I really think there's much more potential in the future with this. It's just that we've gone for a real heavy period of selling, and I think it's over. Okay, so looking at this monthly time frame candle, you can clearly see that we've got more volume now on a green candle. This is really bullish, guys. Like literally, this is really bullish. This weekly red candle is red, but the price hasn't moved. You've got really strong selling and the price is barely flinching. I really feel that we're looking to go up. Yeah, we're looking to go up. Yesterday we had really strong selling, and 48 million worth of tokens was bought and sold, and the price barely moved. Look at that, it barely moved. That's a lot of tokens being, it's like 1% move, and look at that volume, 48 million. That means a lot of people are buying. A lot of people are buying, and they're placing limit orders, and they're happy with these prices, and they're not market buying, they're just absorbing these prices. They're just filling their bags at these prices. That's what this means. Yeah, so this, I find this to be really bullish at the moment. I'm looking at this chart and I'm going, wow, I like it. Look, you can look on the CCI. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, and I use these indicators quite a lot. For me, the CCI is really bullish. Look, the CCI is going all the way down into the lows, and the price is kind of going sideways. There's heavy bullish absorption happening at these prices on the medium time frame. Okay, so that's kind of what you want to see, isn't it? It's kind of what you want to see. You want to see absorption. That's what we're getting. We're getting absorption. You can see on my RSI on these lower time frames, we're getting bullish absorption. It's flagging bullish absorption right now, and on the higher time frame, I'm just looking at the higher time frame indicators. Look at this weekly time frame CCI. A lot of people don't use CCI, they're not familiar, but for me this is a breakout. It's like that's like a flat line, and you're getting a breakout on the weekly time frame on the CCI. And the CCI is a leading indicator, so it's indicating a potential breakout on the weekly time frame. And naturally, that when you get that, you get this and you get this, you get right back into the overbought territory, targeting those highs, okay, on the CCI. So we have to see how the price follows, but really I'm seeing some really strong bullish signs here on the price. Yeah, without even just kind of going into anything more, any more detail. I told you when I first started streaming that the 6-month candle, I started on the 6th of July. The 6-month candle, we're probably going to fill the whole candle, probably. That's the highest probability, is to go all the way up to the top of that candle. And so from the current price, we have a good 450% increase in value to fill that candle, just right to the top. It is a bit, that previous 6-month is a bearish engulfing, so I'm not saying it's not a bearish candle, but I think in it, because it's such a high volume, I think the probability is that we go up to fill it this in the next candle. And so I'm looking at the candles and I'm really feeling quite bullish, feeling quite bullish. If I go to the lower time frame, I was talking about an ABC correction here, wasn't I? I've been talking about the lower time frame ABCD correction. So let me just kind of have a look at it. That was not right. I was initially looking at something like that, okay, wasn't I? And actually it overshot. And why did it overshoot? Because instead of coming to the 1 to 1, it went to the 1.1618. So let me just find it. Where is it? I was looking at some ideas. There it is. See that? So initially I was looking for the price to come and find support at the 1 to 1 here, and it overshot, and it's come to the work. It's come to the 1.618. You see that? The 1.618, this green line here. And naturally right now the price is finding support at the 1.618. we're getting this was like an ABC type move, or a 1 2 3 4 5. It doesn't really matter. Just have that as your wave one. Possibly this was an ABC corrective here, and I mean, this is the thing, I don't know, but could this be another ABC here? Could we be seeing another ABC here, and that's it until we get another big move to the upside? So possibly that should have been further down. Yeah, it's hard to know exactly where the price is going to find support, but once it does find support and you start seeing some bullish signs, then this could be a good reaccumulation area for the price. And I am expecting an impulsive move to the upside next week. I think there's going to be some big announcements, news announcements next week. I do have a meeting with Dtravel on Fridays, and I like to come and like tell people buy, and there's some good things coming. I have been saying that for a while. This is interesting because look at the volume now. We're getting quite a lot of volume at these prices. So you're getting a real strong accumulation at these prices right now. Let me see where it was before. You see, before when I did it a couple of days ago, you see the value area was lower, the point of control was much lower, and look how it's shifted. You see that? Look how it's shifted, and that's a good sign. That means we're getting accumulation. The value area low is higher. It means anything underneath 0.0063 is cheap because it's underneath the value area of this local range. But we're getting some real nice volume here. Yeah, really nice volume. And that's clear and evident to see. Let me just pull the overall volume on TRVL. Perfect. Look at that. How amazing is that? And so again, I like to update my volume, and now you can clearly see, this is my overall volume. You can clearly see what's happening. The point of control, which was originally much lower down, has now shifted. It's come up to where the price is now. So we're at the point of control now, guys. So the most volume ever has been put in at this price right now. And that's now we're getting strong accumulation, really strong accumulation at these prices. Yeah. And that's what's happening right now. We're getting really strong accumulation here. Strong buying. Yeah. And the buying is absorbing the selling, actually. So you're getting selling, but you're getting buying. So the selling is naturally anyone who's made some quick gains from these lows. So 40%. So anyone who's made quick gains, they're selling, and people are buying in. They're buying back in. They're buying in, and it's just holding the price here. So I think this is really bullish. I really do. I'm really seeing some nice bullish indicators here. It's giving me really good bullish vibes. I like these candles. I like that this 3-day candle is a red candle, increasing volume, and it closed above the previous 3-day candle low. It took the lows. This is really, that last 3-day candle is a bullish candle. It's a bearish candle, but it has bullish indicate. It's a bullish sign because you've got so much volume. The bears are in control. They weren't able to take the price down. They were only able to take the liquidity from the previous candles, and it closed higher than the previous candle low. That, for me, that's a buy candle. Yeah. So you're getting some really nice bullish indicators. If people haven't bought in, this is a really good price, a really good opportunity to buy in. There's some big changes happening. They're going to be announced hopefully starting next week. And I just kind of wanted to give you a little heads up. So I'm obviously in the Telegram group. A lot of people aren't. But if you do go into the Telegram group, I'll quickly show you something that I saw. Here, look at this. This is quite interesting. This guy, Jiggy Crypto. Greetings, team. I am Jiggy Crypto, a verified business development representative from Victus Global, a leading venture capital firm. We're interested in exploring a strategic OTC investment growth proposal. Who's the rightful person to whom I should send this proposal for review? Who the hell are Victus Global? Never heard of them. Let's go and find out. So I'm giving you crazy alpha here, huh? I did look at them and I followed them earlier on. Full service digital asset trading, investment and technology firm. They got 23,000 followers. So they look legit, huh? They look legit. They got a shit website. So I don't know. It's hard to tell, you know, because you also get these scams as well. Who knows? I have no idea. It looks like they're legit because they're getting quite good comments. Look, good morning, DGens. And they're getting quite a good interaction with these kind of good morning posts. And after months of building behind the scenes, we're proud to officially launch Victus Markets, our institutional FX hedging platform. So when you get these entities starting to pay attention and starting to kind of wake up to what's happening with Dtravel and TRVL, then you have to pay attention, because this is the big money. And so that's gonna their conversations going forward there. Hey, look, William Hugo. I know who this guy is. Good day, Andy. I'm William Hugo. I work with several projects and top tier VCs in the space. I see you're interested in exploring a strategic investment opportunities for Dtravel. Can I send you a message? So all of a sudden, you've got VCs interested in investing in Dtravel. Of course, because look, new booking site activated, new booking process, yeah. New booking process. This is all happening. This real world business is growing, and it's growing, and it's growing, and it's growing, and it's not going to stop. This is a decentralized real world network. There's nothing to stop us. Literally nothing to stop us. Yeah. There's no centralized business here. This is decentralized. This is a network that's just going to grow and grow and grow. Yeah. As people wake up to what's happening in crypto and what's happening in the Web3, and as Airbnb starts to make mistakes, etc., and Booking.com, as the fees go higher, and as people start to branch out and start to take control over their own businesses, you're going to get more and more operator signups. You're going to get more and more listing signups. You're going to get more and more travelers traveling. Yeah, and we haven't even broken out of our lows in terms of our real world network. I tell you, one day we're going to see, at the moment we're at 5,258 listings. One day this is going to be 50,000, you know, and then it's going to be 100,000 and 200,000. One day it's going to happen. Okay. And one day the value of the real world network is going to be actually reflected in the token. Yeah. This is literally, as far as I can tell, this is a buy of a lifetime. I really believe that. Yeah. And I've been having real serious conversations with the new leadership about taking Dtravel TRVL to all-time highs. I don't care. I'm going to say it. I'm going to believe it. I'm going to manifest it. I'm going to aim for that target. For me, 1.56 is the target. I don't care what people say. People think I'm mad. I don't care, because why not? Look, we've had this crazy 4-year correction. Now the volume's coming in. Let's take this token price up to all-time highs. Let's do it. Bam, one go. Psh. Let's take it all the way up. That's what I'm believing for. That's what I'm aiming for. And the Dtravel are taking it seriously. And any combination of things in crypto can make this happen. Any combination of things, with exchange listings, with venture capitalist investments, with SPAC acquisitions, with viral marketing, with mainstream media just doing one piece on Dtravel. Anything could blow this up. Anything. With just one influencer taking Dtravel and going, yes, this is a good one, could blow this up. And so right now we're in our place where you can buy for a long hold. But as I've always said, my target is, at the very least, is for the end of this year, December. Like, I've got a very keen target. And then also I've talked about my higher time frame targets. Right now, I'm just looking at the volume and the price action. I feel really quite bullish on the price action and the volume. I really feel that this is looking quite healthy on this in this accumulation range. This point of control is really important. Yeah, it's looking really good. It's looking really good. Okay, so anyway, not financial advice. Do your own research. Yeah. Yeah, it's looking good. Looking good. All right. If you like this video, just share, like, always